Hey everybody, Tyler Dowse here from Ty's Torque Talk. Today we're looking at 2025 Toyota Sequoia. This is the 1794 edition. Sequoia's been around for a long time now. This is the third generation. We got a new facelift, or everything completely different, inside, outside, new powertrain option, which is the iForce Max, now a hybrid. We're ditching that old V8, more economical, way more power. Today we're going to look at the whole exterior, have a look at the inside, take it for a test drive, and see how this new iForce Max performs on the road. All right, starting off at the front end here, we got the blueprint blue on this one. Let me know if you guys like this color. I think this might be one of my new favorite color options for the Sequoia. But here, right off at the front end, we got our big broad hood, nice sharp lines on the hood here. It's almost like an arrow pointing forward. But anyways, coming on down, we got the nice big chrome grille here. I get it. If you haven't watched any of my videos and you know how I feel about chrome, this is a tasteful amount. We got body color, bumpers, fenders, all that stuff. But we got the bling right up front here for the grille. We got our Toyota badge, our forward-facing camera for part of that 360 camera group. We got our radar here for the adaptive cruise control, and we got our front park sensors. LED lights all around here. We got our LED fog lights down at the bottom. Our 4 jewel eye headlights and high beams at the front here. Sequential LED turn signals. And I like, if you actually come up and look up close at these lights, I like how they actually have like exposed bolts and whatnot. It kind of brings that almost ruggedness out in the Sequoia here. One thing I'm not like, oh no, this is a real vent. I thought that was a fake vent. That's real down there too. Thank you, Sequoia. I thought that was fake when I first glanced at it. Anyways, coming on around the side, 1794 edition wheel trim. I'm loving it, right? They didn't match the color, but it's not a cheap plastic, black plastic. It's still a painted, it's got like a nice gray paint to it. Sparkles just like the blueprint blue. Then down here, wheel and tire setup, we're looking at 20-inch rims here. This is gonna be running on coil spring suspension. It's a really nice, smooth ride. When we get behind the wheel of this and actually take it out on the road, I'll talk a little bit more about that. But coming on over here, we got chrome mirror caps, 1794 edition badge with a chrome strip shooting on back there. This also has the 360 camera on the bottom of both sides of the mirrors there. We got chrome door handles. But then they got kind of like a gloss black right up on top, and it looks really sharp. And these have the proximity keys, as you can see as well too. If I just stick my hand in it, it'll unlock it, flick its ears out sideways. Anyways, coming on back, a lot of carpeting as well too in the wheel well. It's when you're actually driving this guy, it's really nice and quiet on the interior. But then all around back, we got this, still got sequential turn signals here. LED reverse lights on the back end of this. And then we have, this does come with a towing package, of course. It just has a cover over top the hitch just to kind of clean it up, make it look nice. We got the chrome Sequoia badging here. Another nice little strip right there. I wish they would take the windshield wiper blades, tuck it on up underneath that spoiler there, just hide it a little bit. I did a GMC Yukon video of the Denali. They hide theirs. It makes the back window look even bigger, and it just really cleans it up and gives it a nice look. We got our iForce Max badge right here on the side with a little blue button right next to it to let you know that this is a hybrid engine. But anyways, I said we pop open this trunk now, see how much storage capacity you have in the back of this Sequoia. Okay, back end time. Right before I pop open that back hatch, here's a key fob. It's all plastic. I wish on the higher trim levels like the 1794 edition or the Capstone Platinum, I wish they maybe wrap it up in leather a little bit, make it look a little prettier. It's just a normal, basic, generic Toyota key. But anyways, you can pop open this back hatch through the key fob. There's a button right underneath your chrome plate there. You also have this other little button here. If you click that, you can pop open the back glass just to grab something really quick there. But anyways, oh, or you can swipe your foot underneath. I'm glad I actually got that first try. Usually it takes a few. But anyways, coming on in, we got your little Toyota net here, Toyota branded net. I've actually been using these for the past couple weeks now. I've done a couple big grocery trips with them. I went to Costco a few weeks back. I put some eggs back here. Didn't have my net put up. Dumped full 18-pack Costco size pack of eggs right onto the ground in the parking lot there. So always remember, keep that net up. I won't forget to put it up at the end of this video. But you got your Toyota first aid kit here as well. Storage capacity though, you got 22 cubic feet in the back here with your third row flipped up like this. To fold them on down, you got 2 buttons here on the side. You hold those down for a second, and then your seats fold down flat-ish. There is a big hump here because this is the hybrid iForce Max. They have the battery actually planted right below this third row here, which cuts out a bunch of your headroom when you're sitting in this third row, and it raises the floor up big time so you don't have that flat loading floor. You can raise this up, which we will in just a moment here, but I want to show you with one of these seats, the second row seats folded down. So you can just fold the seat down flat like this, or lift it all the way up to actually get into the third row. Really nice and easy. It's just one little latchy pull to do that. But anyways, now with this third row up, you get 86 cubic feet worth of storage capacity. So if you watched my last, I did a GMC Yukon Denali video with their third row and second row seats folded down flat, and they actually had a true flat folding floor all the way down to the front end. It was 122 cubic feet worth of storage, where this is only 86. That's mainly because you get that battery pack that eats up a lot of the space here. But you have this little tray, you can pop these out, load it up like this, and flip it over, and then you kind of get a bit of a flat loading floor for part of it. But you can't push items all the way over top those third row seats, unfortunately. Anyhow, that's about enough for the back end here. I said we get in the passenger seat, see how comfortable the front seat is in this 1794 edition. All right, guys, get in here. Have a look at this 1794 edition interior. Like, come on. I love this brown leather. This is the saddle tan brown leather option. Start off at the door panels here. So, door panels, you got that flat top right at that windowsill there to rest your arm on. Very comfortable. I wish more automotive manufacturers did a flat top there. Loving it, but working on down, you got that two-tone brown leather combo. You got aluminum door handles, and then you got one massive door bin, and then you got a little one right up above it. But it's all wrapped in nice soft touch leather, nice and plush. You got some of the cheaper plastics down below, but that's fine. All the real estate where your arms are sitting feels nice, premium material. You got that chrome rim around that little door bin, and then you got your walnut wood also right in the smack in the center. You got your big JBL speaker right at the very bottom corner of that door. Then come work your way inside. We'll start off right at the bottom. You got your 1794 edition branded floor mats with kind of like a nice rug material here. You can really scrape your shoes off. And I like the attention to detail on these things. Make it feel more like the kind of Texas ranch version of the Sequoia. Let's start over here at the dash and work our way in through here. So we got our nice walnut wood here, 1794 laser embroidered right into the dash there. All nice soft touch leather. Loving the brown accents. It looks fantastic. You got the cheaper plastic, actually, that's shocking, right up on top of the dash here. But then as you work your way over to the middle section, that's all nice leather, and you got your nice stitch work through it. Glove box, nicely damped, packed full of information about your Sequoia there. But then come on over here, look at these seats here. This is my favorite color option for the interior. I love this 1794 edition here. Really nice, soft, premium feeling seats, extremely comfortable to sit on. And 1794 edition comes standard with massage seats for your front seats, which we'll show you on the screen in a minute here. But you got power adjustment seat, your power adjustment for the passenger. But come on in here. Center console, you got your walnut right up on top. Little cubby right there. You have this little tray which you can slide in or out if you want to easily access stuff down in your glove box or have charging cords come creeping out there. When you pop it open, this is an optional piece of equipment, is the safe here. I would rather it be completely wide open just for extra storage, but if you want to store some valuables in here, maybe your Rolex or something, you can lock it away. You got a USB-C and a USB-A in there, and they illuminate at nighttime. You have a lot of nice ambient lighting throughout the interior, like it's actually underneath your walnut there. It's on the door, goes all across the interior. It looks really premium. You only get one color on it though. You can't customize the color, which kind of bothers me. But anyways, working our way up, we got a drive mode selector, which we'll show you the animations for when we come to the driver hand side. Tow and haul button, tow haul button, sorry. And then you have your buttons here for your 2-wheel drives, 4 high, 4 low. And then working on up, we got a lot of piano black, which I'm not a huge fan of. But the good part about it is there's no buttons on it. So you're not gonna get fingerprints all over the place like I am right now. But it's still gonna show a lot of dust, especially when the sun shines on it. Then you got your walnut wood here for your cover for your cup holders. It's a little flimsy looking. Like I wish they would damp it a bit better, just so it kind of maybe opens a little slower, looks a little bit more premium. But it does look really nice though, and it's not gloss black, so that's a big win. You got your 2 big cup holders there, 10-speed automatic transmission, nice leather wrapped gear shift knob here. You got your park brake buttons, your hold button right up top there. And then you got your storage cubby here, wireless charging for 1 phone on the left hand side. Then there's some storage there on the right. And coming on up, you got your hazard lights, traction control, your camera button, which is displayed here on your 14-inch infotainment screen. I would love that they really up the size here for the infotainment screen. The last one, you can actually see my kid's actually standing outside the vehicle right now. But anyway, that's funny. But you can click that button there, zoom in, look up closer all around. Yeah, I like that Toyota allows you to actually change the color of the Sequoia in here. But we'll keep that on blueprint blue for the next person that hops in here. While we're looking at the screen, you got tons of information you can kind of toggle on through. There's all your media stuff. One thing I want to show you here, you go into your vehicle, seat controls, massage, and you select your driver side or passenger side. You can click on that. You go power. You can adjust your intensity there. And then here you choose where it's massaging you. I really like the lumbar ones personally. I mean, if you're working out, in your San Antonio, Texas ranch all day and your back's a little sore, on your ride home here, get a nice massage on the way home. Anyways, we'll get out of that. One more thing here on the dash, manual temp climate control buttons. Actually turn this down, it's getting a little warm in here. But anyways, manual buttons. I like that it's not all integrated inside of the screen. You got a manual volume knob here as well too. And I like that they put like the little screws on it, and in case it's got like a nice rubber texture around it, but the screws are kind of a neat, it gives that a little bit more of a rugged type feel to it. You got your heated seats, ventilated seats, and that's 3 stages for both. But then yeah, all the knobs there. I like that they did a really good job with the whole interior here. The vents are nice and big. Working on up, one last thing is you have the camera here in your rear view mirror in case you have your whole back seat full of people or cargo and whatnot. You can flick that on just to see a little bit better. One last thing, new for the new generation of the Sequoia, you got the full pano sunroof. Goes all the way to the back and it is opening. But anyhow, that's enough for the passenger hand side. I say we get behind the wheel here, look at the steering wheel and our gauge cluster in the Sequoia. All right guys, driver hand side. Start over at the doors here. Everything's the exact same as the passenger side, of course, but encased in your walnut wood, you got memory seating for 2 people. And then coming over here, we got power seating, still got your same floor mats. And seating position is extremely comfortable. Like I love these seats, like I was mentioning beforehand. I got the massage function on right now, but inside here with like headroom and stuff, like the front seat is extremely comfortable. But I want to show you the steering wheel gauge cluster here in the Sequoia. So come on over here, let's have a look at what you get. I'm gonna close the door just to help with the light and the noise. But anyways, love the look of the steering wheel. Flat-ish bottom, but it's nice, and like the steering wheel itself, it's thick. I love it's all leather wrapped, perforated leather. You have your stitch work on through it. Nice leather wrap horn there in the middle. You got a bit of that gloss black, right? When that gets covered up in dust, and unfortunately there's buttons on there, so those are gonna leave some fingerprints as well too. It's nice, and this is a brand new vehicle, so it's actually nice and clean right now. So you can't see any of the dust, but one day, my friend, this will be nice and dirty. But anyways, right-hand side here, cruise control options. You have your adaptive cruise control, lane departure, and then you can use this button to toggle through songs on your media. The left-hand side is for controlling your driver display, and then you got your volume. And if you're connected to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which is wireless in this car, you don't have to have a whole bird's nest of cords laying around there. If you hold down that button, you can actually access Siri or your Google Assistant. But anyways, let's have a look at this digital gauge cluster here. You got the big RPM gauge smack there right in the middle. Left-hand side is where most of your information is going to be. So we have the fuel economy settings up here. You can go through your navigation here. So if you have address inputted in the navigation system, also on Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it'll actually show you your next turns on that page there. And you have your media controls, vehicle information, so your trip info, tire pressure, right, trailering info, bunch of goodies in here. And then you got your settings, which is mainly your safety settings, which you can go on down through. And in here, you got your heads-up display. Be kind of hard. Oh, you actually can see it in the video. It's tough too, but it's right there. Very nice and bright. It's at a good position as well too. And you can actually put, again, your navigation can connect with that heads-up display to show you your future turns coming up. You can put your media up on there so you can see what song is playing, not have to take your eyes off the road at all. But if you scroll down a bit, you hold this button here, you can actually customize the right-hand side. So you can go boost gauges, which we have up right now. And so with the iForce Max engine, you also get your battery life right there as well too. And then your boost gauge for the turbos. But you can go pitch and roll. Me personally, I don't think I'm going to be off-roading my 1794 edition. If I want to hit the trails, I'm going TRD Pro all the way. But you can go pitch and roll. And then you also have your towing gauges as well too. That gives you the most amount of information because you get your engine oil temperature, pressure, all that as well too. But we're going to keep it up on the boost gauges for now. And one more thing I want to show you while we're on this driver display screen here is the animations that you get from changing your drive mode. So we have it in normal. I'll flip it up to sport mode. You got normal or eco. We're going to keep that up on sport mode for when we take this out on the road in a minute here. And one thing I did not actually show you beforehand, we showed you the 360 camera view button down there, but I didn't actually show you the reverse one. So here's your high def or HD high resolution backup camera. It's you can see ants crawling on the ground if there were any behind us there, but it's so clear and crisp. You have your trajectory mapping as well too, and then your 360 cam on this side, which you can actually touch and like zoom in on certain areas. But you can toggle through all your different cameras. Just boatloads all over the place, and extremely high quality ones too as well, I might say. But anyhow, that's the front seat here. I say we move on to the back now and have a look at how comfortable those rear seating passengers are going to be in this Toyota Sequoia. Hey guys, back seat time. I forgot to point out earlier, power deploying running boards when you open up these doors. But come on over, let's have a look at the doors here. Doors look actually the exact same as the front seats, which is really nice to see. They brought all that luxury to the back end of it. You still got that flat top to rest your arm on, and you got privacy shades as well too for your rear seating passengers. Come on over here though. You got the same floor mats. It just doesn't have that 1794 edition badge. They actually put it right in the center, which we'll get to in a moment here. But seating position, I have this seat actually fully reclined or pushed back as far as it goes. Where is this headrest? Or that's back a little bit. But anyways, headroom, it is a little bit snug. I can only get maybe 2 fingers in there. So like my head is kind of brushing, but I'm 6 feet tall. And you know what, but overall, it is very comfortable back here. I got a lot of leg room. You can really stretch the legs out. Again, this seat's all the way back, so I don't have as much room right there at the moment. But come on over here. Have a look at the interior. of the backside of this Sequoia. So first of all, we have armrests. They're pretty narrow though. They're very thin armrests, and they're ratchet style, so you can find your exact perfect comfortable location. We got our temperature control for your rear seating passengers. This does have heated and cooled seats for the rear seating passengers, and then all of their temperature control buttons. And I like that they're all manual again still. Then down below that, you have your charging station, USB-C, USB-A, and a home power source. There's that 1794 edition Sequoia in the rubber floor lining. Keep reminding you exactly what trim level that you're sitting in. And you got your vents on the sides there, also on the door pillar. You have more cup holders right here for your rear seating passengers. And you got big door bins as well too, so you can get a couple more bottles in there if you need as well. But let's show you how to get into the back seat of the Sequoia. So just one latch, you pull that, flips right up. You can work on back here, no problem. You actually have a button right here as well too. Come on in, flip up those seats if they're down. Right there, easily accessible. You can get the other side up too. One sec here. Oh. Come on. Oh, I got clicking the wrong button apparently. It was just yelling at me this whole time. Okay. Technical difficulty. We're all good. But anyway, so third row. The room here. Like I mentioned when we were out back, just because the battery's underneath us, I got to slouch right now to not hit the roof. So if I sit up normally, my head's hitting right away. So you got to kind of slouch down a little bit if you are a bit taller. It's the price you got to pay for that extra power. I mean, 437 horsepower, 583 pound-feet of torque, but then you sacrifice that bit of headroom here in this third row. But I'd prefer to be in the driver's seat, hammering down on that gas anyways. But other than that, I mean, legroom isn't actually all that bad. I do actually have quite a bit of room, and you can actually slide these seats forward and back. And then with that button here, I can recline back even more if I want to. So overall, it's not terrible. It's just the headroom's really my only problem with it. But anyways, let's pop the hood now, have a closer look at the iForce Max engine powering the Sequoia. Okay guys, let's pop the hood now on the Sequoia. Strut assist going up, but here is the iForce Max engine. So this is the new for 2022, right? So it's the hybrid setup. You get a 3.4 liter twin turbo mated to a hybrid engine or electric engine. This is gonna be pushing out 437 horsepower, 583 pound-feet of torque. Let me tell you, you really feel it when you hammer down on the gas on this thing. The towing's fantastic. Your fuel economy is best in class as of right now. And it's such a joy to drive. When you're behind the wheel of this thing, I promise you will not even remember that old 5.7 liter V8 that just guzzled through gas from the last generation. But anyways, that's enough about the engine. Let's actually get behind the wheel now and take this thing for a spin, see how it performs on the road. Okay guys, here we are in the 2025 iForce Max. Let's see how this accelerates in a straight line. Here we go. Oh yeah. This thing. Oh, that's like 0 to 75 right there. Or like 5 miles per hour to 75. That is quick. We got it in sport mode. That throttle response is amazing. And when you get that iForce Max engine, when it's the hybrid setup, you know, that thing, it really lays down the power big time. And it's really nice because hybrid, it really fills in those gaps really nicely so you don't get any turbo lag. Like when you put your foot down on that gas pedal, it picks up so quick. Looks like we're stuck in a little bit of traffic here. Okay, cars are moving. Here we go. So anyways, like I was saying, yeah, that hybrid engine, or the electric motor in this, it really fills in the gaps nicely from the turbos, so you don't get any of that lag. We'll hammer it one more time here. And even though it's not that old V8, it still really produces a really nice sound. Like, oh man. I know they pump in a little, you get a little bit of audio feedback from the speakers inside here. Just a little bit, but man, does it ever sound good. Like I said before, you're gonna forget all about that old 5.7 liter V8 once you get inside of this thing. And it handles really nicely as well too. When you're going around corners, with it being such a big, heavy vehicle, it maneuvers so much better than you would actually expect it to. And one really nice thing is the turn radius in this. It has a very tight turn radius. So if you're going through parking lots, you know, you don't want to back into a parking space and you just need to pull in forward, it's just, it does it with ease. And it feels so light in here when you're driving it as well too. Like I said, when you're going around corners, when you're accelerating, it really doesn't feel like a massive full-size SUV that's really heavy, which it is with that electric motor. There's no doubt about that. But I put it back into, or we're actually in eco mode. Let me put it up into normal here. You can feel the steering wheel loosens up a little bit. When you have it in sport mode, it's extremely responsive and tight. So now we're in normal. It's very comfortable driving these things around, and the interior noise, I might add as well too, is excellent. Like you don't get any wheel noise. The wind noise is great as well too. It's really nice and quiet when you're driving this thing around. I know they have the acoustic soundproofing front windshield here, and it really does a good job at keeping it nice and quiet in the interior. And the suspension feels fantastic. You're just floating along in this thing. I could definitely do really long car rides, road trips, you name it, inside of this Sequoia. I'm extremely impressed. Right now it says we're getting 3.7 miles per gallon, but that's just because I had it idling for so long when I was filming the video, and we're ripping around in sport mode right now. But this thing gets incredible gas mileage. I've actually been driving one around now for the last 2 months or so, and I kind of average in and around that 16, 17 miles per gallon. That's driving in the city. When I go out on the highway, it kind of sits around like the very low 20s, like 21 mpg maybe. But anyways, we're pulling back into the parking lot here. I got to give this Sequoia back to Toyota Plano. So we'll catch you later. All right, guys, that has been the 2025 Toyota Sequoia 1794 edition. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video here. If you're not a subscriber already, hit that like and subscribe button down below. Share it, tell all your friends and family. Leave some comments. If you are a subscriber, do the same thing. But also, thanks for supporting the channel. Really appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next video.